gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Pickett. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Breaking through the travel is Marion Renfrey. So Pickett is off to the sideline, and Chris Boswell is on for the Steeler field goal try. From the left hash, this from 46. Boswell's kick is good, and the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights, national television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real. And a pretty nice opening statement.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of it.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning Seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far, and that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And there he goes left side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. So the turnover sets it up, and then a touchdown run here on the ensuing play.
And Brandon, a lot of times you see teams take shots in the passing game on a quick change like this. They go right back and throw one for the end zone. Here they just called a running play looking to get a few yards. But he's able to work his way downfield and take it into the end zone. The end result, the exact same thing as going for it in the passing game.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead grows to 10-0.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted. Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and the lead will hold at 10. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A play fake, now Fields to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
This is caught by Evans. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A good pickup there, 26 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. Now it's Fields off the bootleg. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. It seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Now Fields on third and goal. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Mike Evans, his 104th career touchdown, one shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list. And the Browns have got it back to within a score. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, that's a field goal attempt for him.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure. And it's a loss of 6. Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. Third and long after the sack. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. And a penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Fields delivering a pass here to Evans on the out route. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Yeah, the Browns are going to have it 1st and goal as they'll take this down to about the 3.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back to throw. Fields steps away. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Now receiver in motion left. They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Mike Evans, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th of the season. And the Browns have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the 1st at the 32. He did his best to just get 4 onto that, but not enough. And now 4th down. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This 2nd quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now Fields. He sets to fire deep. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Fields. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. Fields on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
And he will find his man on the end round, complete. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down. Here's Fields. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Browns will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Jalen Johnson up to make the tackle. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Pickett back to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. And he'll just get rid of it.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
To throw again on 2nd down. Pickett. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the 3rd quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Now it's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know the securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Pulled in at the 24. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll work this forward for about 3 and 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Here's Fields. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Past the 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. So that potentially a turning point here this third quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense. Delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 21-17. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Off play action. Fields on the move to his left. He completes it to Evans. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet.
Fields hit, and the ball is loose. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
From the gun, here's Fields. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 45-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Play action. It's Fields. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Steelers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd and 12, Pickett. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks it right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That would go for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Cade York on now for the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. York able to send this one through, and they will open their lead up to a touchdown at 24-17. So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It's Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack. Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll take it at the 42. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Throwing again on second down. Fields. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, Fields. Finding Evans here, going across the middle of the field. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
They gave up a few yards there. I think that's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't serve him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that point every time on the defensive side of the ball.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Pickett. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Before the angles all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone. Open, unable to hold on to it.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our fourth quarter tie. Boswell's kick is good, and they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. 48 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Right back to him on first down. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
2 straight 4-yard runs, and it is steadily working the ball downfield. To me, they're staying right on schedule. First down, you want 4 yards or more to set up the rest of the drive. They're getting exactly that.
3rd and 2, Fields. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
On first down, Fields. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. On second down, they'll run it here. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
To throw is Fields. Got a man, it's Schwartz, complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 26. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Fields. And this one too low. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Now Fields out to his left. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes a correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. All eyes on Fields. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. What a play. Maybe a game-saving play on the knockdown there.
That was beautiful, wasn't it? If you're looking at it from the defense's perspective, they looked like they had a shot at it. Maybe a completion. Ball gets knocked away. Can they rise up and do it again?
For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Fields. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Took their shot at going for the win, didn't get it. Now bring on the field goal unit, tie this thing.
It's the right call. I truly believe that. But if I'm on defense, I'm also staying a little loose here in case they want to be really aggressive and fake it.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. York able to send this one through. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll put it out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe call is to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Pickett to throw. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
A short kick taken at the 18.
The Steelers take over first down at their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away. Oh, and it's intercepted. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. A gigantic interception here in the first drive of overtime. And now, Charles, with where they're at on the field, I mean, they're already in field goal range to win this thing.
And the head coach is just talking to the special teams coordinator right now and saying, okay, where does he want the ball positioned? Because that's all you're going to do on offense. Move it to that spot. Make sure you take care of the football and probably 3rd down, kick the field goal, and try and win this game.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. All right, well, they didn't kick it on 2nd down, now 3rd and goal. You have to kick it here.
Absolutely have to kick it, because if you get a bad snap, you fall on it, you got a chance to kick it again on 4th down. Let's say it gets blocked and it's behind the line of scrimmage. You fall on it, you get another chance at it.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. A lot more was on the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defend their home field against a division rival and get the victory, so this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more emphasis on games like this. Everyone talks about playing each game the exact same way, but you and I both know that is not true. Division rivals, you want to take care of business not just at home, but against a team that you really don't like very much, too.
So for the Browns, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And next week they get to stay home again as the Los Angeles Chargers come to town. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos.